What's up YouTube, Car Boss here, where we talk about cars, money, investing. Today's video is about, again, eBay's authentication program and the updates on its final value fee, right? But before I talk about this video, I just want to do one thing. Well done, eBay, just well played, okay? It's only less than a week ago whereby I talked about the eBay authentication program and potential incoming fee structure that would be attached to this particular service and how I would say people would perceive the fees initially and why it will be generally accepted. Okay, whether it will come in a form of an actual service fee attached to the service itself or a generalized final value fee, whichever but what I didn't expect was to eBay's brass, to basically sit in a room and says, hey, this thing looks like it's working, and let's, tighten the screws and put out a charge, for this service, I guess. And one thing to note is it's charged on all services, on all products, and not just the one that's limited to the authentication program. And that's what you can see in the recent announcement. Right, so eBay just announced that effective 1st March 2022, they're going to up the final value fees, between 0.3% to 0.35% across all categories. And that's a huge number, right? It may not seem a lot, right? If let's say you were selling $1,000 card, that it's likely going to go through the authentication program. The extra 0.3% or 0.35% is only like $3, right? Or $3.50. It's not a big deal. But when eBay applies that percentage across all its categories, right, you're talking about, a gross revenue of $10.27 billion back in 2020, right, and increasing it by 0.3%. That's basically $30 million in the bank, right? Think about that for a second, right? $30 million in the bank on the basis that, hey, we're going to launch this new service. We think the service is great. Okay, we've tested it out at 750 threshold for trading cards. I know they did this service for sneakers and watches, right? But let's just talk about trading cards. And guess what? It's time that we charge a bit of money for this service, maybe rightfully so, but let's just charge everybody else and just bankroll in an extra $30 million, right? How does that look for eBay? They look like genius, right? Coming up with a service, okay, putting up to you guys that we're going to package it nicely and doing all these things, and then we're just going to charge a nominal fee of 0.3%, but they bankrolling $30 million. Okay, and on top of that, the second news was on the authentication side. Okay, they decided to reduce the threshold from $750 to $500, and that essentially just casts a wider net, right, of what are the cards that will go through the service. Now, you may feel that, hey, that's a chore, but they're already going to inbuild that 0.3%. So whether you like it or not, whether it's going to drop to $250 or not, okay, the price is already going to be inbuilt in the final value fee. Okay, the only thing that's different to the consumer now would be the time lag, right? The lead time for you to get your raw card. So previously, if you bought something that was under $750, at $700, you'd still get the card direct. Now that number has gone down to $500, right? And sooner or later, it may go down to $300 or $250. Who knows, right? What eBay is trying to do. Again, they're putting the front that all these are value-added services. Yes, you pay for the value, but it's more for them to curb things like fraudulent cases, refunds, and all those kind of things, right? I guess in terms of the issues that's been raised for this authentication program, like shipping delays, cards slipping out of the card savers, and all those kind of things, I don't think they've been properly formal addressed yet. Okay, and I know that perhaps these are all corner cases, right? eBay has like thousands of transactions, daily transactions, across all the trading card categories, right? And in these cases that's been flagged on Twitter and social media, they could be just corner cases like 0.1% margin for error, which generally is acceptable, but because of social media, it's kind of like blown out of proportion. But eBay is a big corporation. They've dealt with these kind of issues before. I'm pretty sure that now with an extra $30 million firepower, they're able to appease more customers or increase the level of service for this authentication program. All right, so that's my thoughts on this thing. I just want to applaud eBay, for executing this so quickly, right? And so these guys, they are smart people, okay. Us consumers, we gotta follow the trend in a sense, right? It's a bit unfortunate that we gotta take these hits one after the other. Having this authentication program and then suddenly have this increasing value fee, and then now moving up moving down the threshold for the authentication level. It's just making things more challenging, right, to operate on this platform. But eBay being the biggest marketplace in the world, especially to sell trading cards, it's just something that we need to embrace and we need to just maneuver around. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a quick one for today, and do like and subscribe and follow my channel for future videos. Thanks, guys. Cowboys out.